Good morning. My name is Sydney Morgan. I'm here with you at the Argyle International Airport site. Today is Saturday, the 7th day of May 2016. I'm a little bit late this morning. The place is dusty. The wind is blowing strong and the dust is blowing all over. But here am I with you once more in the area where they are building the road at the south end. Now you remember I showed you a couple weeks ago where they would have started the road. I gave you a guide last week where they were cutting out the area to make that roadway. I told you that when we come back here, all this area will probably be filled up, and now you are seeing for yourself this area. The trucks that are bringing down to fill up this area onto the south, this is the route where they are passing, and currently they are dumping work over there on the side where you have the bulldozer, the compactor and the trucks bringing the dirt to fill up this area, where we have a zinc there where they will connect this road to the main road coming in from the Club Casablanca area. And this is where we're going to have the south access road coming in from the Stubbs main road. So you're seeing where we had a space here where the vehicle were passing last week to get down to the bottom. Now this space has been filled, it's blocked up with boulders, and now it linked together with the other bank side so that the truck can pass. I want to believe that all here will be done similar to that and all this area fill up back. Now you see the small private trucks, they are making their way up the hill where they are dumping the dirt to fill up that area to make that roadway coming in from the Stub south side. I told you last week and a couple weeks before where they had a foundation dug out here, and from what we were seeing that some sort of construction work will take place here. And now that we are seeing this, and I want to believe that it has something to do with Rubis, because if you look in the distance there you can see where the fuel pipe has gotten to, and I want to believe that it will be the pump station to pump the fuel from the Stubbs Bay up to the fuel farm, but I am not positively sure if that is what it will do. Nobody is here right now, so I can't really get that information, but as time progresses you are going to be able to see exactly what is taking place here. You see the foundation, the blocks has been run, the column, the steels for the column are in place, and we're going to see what transpires here in times to come. So in the meantime, I'm just giving you an idea as to what is going on here, because I would have told you about it before and I am following it up now so that you can see exactly that something is actually taking place here. So until later on, probably next week, we might see a little bit more and we might be able to get some more information as to what exactly they are building here so that I can pass that information on to you. last week while here I show you where we had the stakes, and I told you that where we have stakes is an indication that some sort of work gonna take place. Now you saw the steel stakes, and the steel stakes were placed in strategic position distance apart, and this is where they were going to put the hole. Everywhere you see a stake apart is where they were going to put a hole, just as how you saw it with the other areas where they do the fencing. Well, now you see the holes have been dug, the steels have been removed, and currently the trucks are dumping the stuff that they're bringing from the Macony Hill and up at the Cliff Hill, dumping it on the western side here of this, the extended area, the reclaimed area, and making that area a little bit wider. You probably were wondering, well, where the trucks are going to pass to dump the stuff down at the bottom, but now you can see the trucks are dumping their stones here on the side, just because they cannot get to go down at the flat down there at the bottom. So this is what is happening here. So hopefully, I believe, and I don't know, they might probably do the same thing on the eastern side, where they're gonna dump some stones there and build up the area a little bit more, making it a bit wider. Here you can see as far as where they've gotten to with the hole on the western side. I am not quite sure how they're going to go from here, if they're going to go around the area of the poles and make the fencing work around there. I don't know as yet, but I know that as the weeks go by, when I come here to visit, I will get a better idea and a better understanding as to what is taking place. But this is just as far as where they will have gotten to on the western side, where they're digging the hole. Hopefully next week we can see some new work taking place down here on this side. Now on this side where we are now, this is on the eastern side, the hole has not really gotten far down as the one on the western side. This hole that you're now looking at, this is the last hole that we have, but they can go further down with the holes. But hopefully next week when we return in this area, we can see more work developing on this side of the area where they're putting the holes, and then we will have a better understanding as to what is going on. Now here we are on the eastern side and the southeastern side actually. Last week or a couple of weeks before, I told you the way things were looking across here, it looks to me as if this is the area where the road will be passing. Now last week Saturday, after I've made my tour right up to the north and heading way out, I passed back in this area and I show you where the bulldozer was on the hill doing some work. Now this area was stony. Actually, when I crossed to go up there, I had to walk on stones. But now you can see today, Saturday the 7th day of May, that there is no more stone here. The stone, they were covered with dirt taken from the Macony Hill area, compacted, and now you're seeing a nice roadway, and the vehicles are using this road because they are doing some sort of work at the top up there. But when I get up there, you will see exactly what is taking place. I'm walking along here. Last week, we know, like I've told you, that it was stony, and now you can see a truck coming down there, and one is coming up behind me, as you can see in the picture. And you are seeing that both trucks passing side by side. None of them had to stop for allow the other to pass, so the road actually is wide enough for the passageway of two trucks, so you don't have to worry about the width of the road like some people are doing. Now when all of this is completed, your access road to Warraco, Mount Pleasant from the south side will be passing along this route. And if you look forward back over there on the hill where I just came from, you'll see where they are doing some work actually on that road. So not too long from now, people going to Warraco and traveling from like Kingston we not even have to go all the way out to the old Argyle road where the primary school is to get to Warraco. They could probably drive in here, and I can tell you as soon as that road is linked properly to the main road, vehicles will be driving along here. I can tell you because vehicles are able to drive up on that area. Now I'm here on top of the hill, and this is on the foothill, and this is on the western side of the foothill. And now you're seeing where the trucks are dumping the dirt here to make the road to go link to Warraco. And this is the area that I had in mind. I didn't quite understand how they were going to do it, but this road will be going straight across to where we have the mill and come down on the slope just west of the mill and connect back to where we have those coconut trees over the end where you have the road coming in from the Warraco area coming in onto the site. So this is just to give you an idea so that you can better understand what is taking place on the hillside here, where they are making the roadway now to take you to Warraco. So right here is the route that the road will probably take. That is the access road to Warraco, right passing outside of the mill and going straight across. So now you're seeing better where those coconut trees are over there. The road will be taking that route straight across, but the mill will have to be taken down before that is being done. And remember also we have the fencing passing in that area. The mill is in use still, as you can see a truck there now reversing to dump its load into the tray so that we could have that stone crushed. You remember last week when I passed here, I showed you the stakes. It was a bit rough and I told you that these stakes indicate that they're going to do some earthworks here, similar to what they would have done at the foot of the Yami Hill on the western side. Now they have done some work since I last visited Saturday, the 30th of April, and now you're seeing where they would have graded off, compacted, and now looking nice. There is still some work on the other side over there where you see those stakes to be done, and I am not sure if they will be doing any work today. But this is just what is taking place here, so I want you to see exactly what is happening. A week ago, Saturday last week, and today is Saturday the 7th day of May 2016, there was a piece of equipment on the hill there taken down. They were terracing the hill at the top there. Now this week, now we are back, we see all of that hillside has come down. There was a slippage there, so they were correcting the problem last week and the weeks ahead. Now the dirt is now on the flat here and the trucks are now being loaded. A lot of these dirt, as you can see on the hill where they're building the road on the foothill, they are removing the dirt from here and taking it on that hillside, and also where they're filling up the area where they're making the access road just in the area of the Club Casablanca area. These dirt from here is also being taken up to that area. As soon as the dirt is being removed, we'll then have the continuation of the work on the fencing, the drainage system, and also the running of the fuel pipes to the fuel farm. So currently this set of work here is what is actually holding back the work on the fencing, the drainage and the fuel pipes. So as soon as this is complete, and hopefully by next visit, Saturday the 14th, we probably will see some work going on here regarding the opening of the trench for the drain and other works taking place. Now I don't know if you can recall this drain being built, and this is at the foot of the control tower, just south of the apron, and it was covered with the concrete slabs, and vehicles were using this area to move to and fro in that area up just behind where they have the electrical substation. And now you see that they have removed the column, and you see they have drilled some hole. Now what I think is that we have some concrete works to continue along this area, and from my observation it looks as though this area where they're removing the wall is a bit higher than the actual apron itself. So it looks as though they are bringing it down to the level of the base of where we have the apron, so that they can continue with the concreting of this apron right over to where we have the edge of the drain. But I am only assuming, because the only reason why they can take it down, and from looking at it you can see that it is actually flush with the top of the apron, but they wanted probably for the apron to rest on it. So nobody is here right now. You see fresh blocks being run, the trench open, and as I look further up I can see the steels in position to indicate the opening of this area. There has been a drainage system just little above the cargo terminal building, but last week we noticed that they were filling up there with dirt, and it looks as though they were blocking up the area. But now that they have done that work, we see that they're now opening up the trench to link up back this drain to the one that they would have already built down to a certain point, to take this water from the main road all the way down on the site here and over to the north side towards where we have the 191 tunnel. So last week we saw them dumping the dirt in this area and compacting it, and at one point it looks as though there was going to be a roadway. I actually knew that they had a drainage coming down up to that point where you see they started up there, but I couldn't figure out why they fill it up and go through all of the trouble, and then but probably they wanted to compact the area, make it set first. Now they're doing that. But now we are seeing the trench has been dug where the drain has ended, and the drain down at the bottom that I now show you is going to come all the way up to link with that, because the water from the main road will be coming through here, and then it will tell you a lot of water coming in from the main road when it rains. So now you see the continuation of this drain here where they're going to link it up to the bottom. There you're seeing where the drain would have gotten to, the underground drain here, and where they have started to open up the trench to do the finishing touches of this drain. Now this drain coming down here is not really hard to be done. On the ground there you see the precast culverts, and they're going to place them in position on the flat where they would have done pour some concrete on the flat and fit in one on top the other, and it will continue with bringing the drainage, the water right down. But down at the bottom where they're doing the blocks work, I am not too sure how far these will go to connect to each other. I don't know how far up they will be coming with the blocks work, or how far down they will be going with the laying of the precast culvert. But as you can see where they're building the blocks, I don't want to assume, but I would be of the impression that they're going to bring the blocks work right up to the end, to where the apron concrete works has gotten to, and then link up with the precast culvert. But I am not quite sure about that, but we will have to monitor the work to get a better idea as to what is taking place. Here at the roadway leading to the control tower, which is on the hillside up there, and this building here next to the control tower will be the office for the meteorological personnel, airport managers and so forth. And this house was once owned by Mr. Carl Glasgow, who is now deceased. It was transformed into an office for the airport workers. Now you're seeing here the box drain built so far. No work is taking place here right now. They have gotten up to this point with the work, and the drain will be continuing all the way down, and I believe that the water will coming down from this drain will be heading down the bank on our left, our right, down into that drain down there that they're building on the flats just around the cargo terminal building and the electrical substation. So as the work continues, we're going to see how things transpire. But for now, this is what is taking place here, and as soon as they finish this drainage system, you're going to have the road, the asphalting of the road taking place here on the hillside where we have the control tower. Now the place up here is quiet, and you have quite a wonderful view at the bottom down there from on top of the hill, so you can imagine the view that the workers at the control tower will have. Now on this side we have a box drain and also a slipper drain on this side. Now where you see the cut open there at the raised area of the slip drain, that is to allow the water flowing along the slip drain to go into the box drain. So wherever you see roadways like these where you have a cut in the slip drain area, the raised section, is because we have a box drain on the side which will take the water from off the main road into an area that is prepared for the water to flow. Now you can see the cement truck that just passed a while ago when I was by the roadside. You're seeing it going across there, across the airport, came down from just above before you pass the Argyle bridge on the main road, and here it makes its way across the runway and heading over to where they are stockpiling the cement there. So we have cement on site now. We had a shortage a couple of weeks ago, but now we have cement on site, so the concrete works will be starting in earnest coming up this week, and we have no sticking regarding the concrete works because time is going by quite quickly. recall, last week when I visited this area, the surveyor was here doing some surveying work. This area here is where we're going to have the emergency roadway coming out from the passenger terminal building. I now realize that they're bringing the drain from the top going all out. So what would have happened is that they had leveled off this area to make the foundation for the concrete works to start the drainage. So now you're seeing that the work has actually started. The guys have been working here further up down more to the north, but now it's about lunchtime, so they are on their break for lunch. But they would have done some blocks work further up and coming towards this direction with the work here. So now you're seeing the progress here of this area. The wall that was built, just on the opposite side we have where they're building the hangars, and you know that they would have already put in the drainage system on that side of the wall, and now they're working on this side to complete the drainage system. Now these drains are box drains and they will be covered with some precast concrete slabs, as you would have seen where they would have already done some of it. When we get down closer, you will see. So here where they have started the running of the blocks on both sides, and later on you will have on top of those blocks you will have a concrete crown, and then you're gonna have the concrete crown will have a lip actually, and the slabs to cover this drain will be placed on top. These slabs are already done, they are being already precasted, so all that will have to be done is just that they bring them in position. This drain you're looking at is linking up to the drain that we now spoke about, and this is taking the water right down to where we have the drain just on the air side of the terminal building. As you can see here, this metal drain where you have the metal cover, and this will take the water all the way out to the north in the 191. Well, I'm here at the land side of the terminal building where you're seeing now they're doing some asphalting work here, and this way where they're working, the vehicles coming to drop off passengers, whether at the international area or the domestic area, will be passing around this area, going right across to the building. They drop off their passengers and continue straight to the south and come around where we have the taxi hut, and they will exit out on the left lane going out towards the main road. Now you can see the asphalting work is going on, and they are now finishing up this section, and it doesn't look as if they're going to do any more here until this area is prepared. So this is what is happening right now. On this area, remember a couple of weeks ago they were putting in a drainage system to take the runoff water from the main road and the front of the building towards the 191. Well, this is what is taking place here right now. The drain has been finished and the area is now covered with dirt. You're seeing all the dirt down here, and this is where the stream is flowing down here right now, and right here is where the drain has ended. And you see that the dirt here, they are filling the area. They will level off this dirt eventually and compact this area in times to come, and as the weeks go by. Now down in this area, I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but most likely they should be putting a wall to connect down to the wall down there where the drain. But I can't see exactly how it is going to be done, but something has to be done here to control this water properly. I don't know yet if they're going to build another drainage system here to channel the water down here, but we'll have to watch and see what transpires here, and as the work progresses you're going to get a better understanding what is taking place here. where I'm at here right now is the north of the Apron, the commercial Apron, and this is where we're going to have a roadway. This is the extended area, and we have the fencing here on the left with the 191 extension of the tunnel out of the outer side of the fencing. You see this area has already been sprayed with the asphalt oil, and you no doubt know by this we're going to have some asphalting work done here not too long from now. As you would have seen earlier, just a while ago, they were just finishing up that section just outside of the terminal building, and don't know if they're going to do any work here later, but you see what is taking place here, and you know for sure that asphalting work is going to be done in this area here in the weeks coming. So stay tuned for what will take place here next week. But this is just to show you what has taken place here, in case you're wondering. You know, you're following all the developments here at the site, so I have to bring it bit by bit to keep you abreast as to what is going on here at the airport site. This dirt area where the dirt is, I don't know if the road is going to come right back over here. I can't say yet, but I will have to keep monitoring it to see exactly what it is. But they have dumped dirt here, and no doubt they will have to compact it, and if in fact they're going to put the road, also asphalt this area, then you're going to see it when the time has happened. But what is happening right now, when they build this wall, they build some cut space in the wall to allow the water to flow off this roadway into the drain below. So I don't know exactly how they're going to do here, but we'll just watch and see. This is the access road from the Argyle Gardens that was supposed to be closed on Wednesday the 4th of May 2016. Unfortunately, that did not materialize, so the road is still being allowed to be used by vehicular traffic wanting to go to Warwick and to the IADC office. The North Road is also being used by vehicle because it is open up, so I guess sometime in the middle of the month or thereabout, we will have this road closed. And currently we have the stones, the aggregates are being placed on the shoulder area of the runway, and we have a grader on the eastern side grading off. This side we have already had the stones laid and compacted. Now what is going to happen when they start to do the second layer of the asphalt work on the runway? This area will only have one layer, so they will just do one stretch across and done to complete the whole thing. But you know, first of all, here will have to be sprayed with the asphalt oil. So when they start doing this work to do the second layer, we're gonna have all of this done. Meanwhile, the petroglyph hill is coming down nicely. One of the drill on the hill, the yellow one, is working. The other one in the back distance, as you can see in the corner there of the video, that is not working. A good bit has come down, and now we see trucks are loading with stones, and these stones have been taken down at the south, where you see them dumping it just where we have the approach lights. Well, that is the area the stones are being taken to. This is the work here. So join me. This is the end. Come to the end here. So join me for part 2 of this 2-part video series for the work 7th of May 2016.